Yeah, hello, Stephen.
Hello, Inge.
Hi.
Finally, I got to, yes, talk with you. I guess I didn't reach you at the right time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we were out yesterday. Sorry, we went home. Yeah, it
Oh,
doesn't
that's
happen
fine.
very often, but it does.
Yes, thank you for calling me back.
Yes, of course.
hmm
What can I do for you, Stephen?
So, I just had a few questions. I'm trying to write a paper for,
Yeah.
a German essay of mine, one of my German classes. And
Yeah.
it can just be what I just needed was to ask a few questions, and if
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah,
I'm
and
here for you.
if you would like to answer or do not want to answer, then that's fine.
I hope I can.
Yes.
That's the main thing.
So yeah, and then I'm just wanting to know if you're fine if I record the conversation. Does that work for you?
Oh, of course.
Okay,
Of
sure.
course. Everything is good with me.
Great.
Because we're doing everything proper and right?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
And if you ever want to stop and continue later, then that's fine. Okay,
Yes, okay.
great.
Yeah.
So my first question these
Mm-hmm.
are all related to, what was it? What I was talking with you about earlier. The fairy
Yeah.
tales? Mm-hmm.
Oh, the fairy tale, the American in
Yes.
German. Yeah, American.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to first ask you, um, in the Schule, how often did they talk about fairy tales, especially in school and other places?
Well, that was mostly at school, yes.
Mhm.
It was
So,
mainly a school event, yes.
mhm. So was that
But at school, yeah, we had just a certain time of our school day where they had time set aside for things like that. But it
mhm.
was not all the time, the same time. Whenever they felt that the time was right, we went into that, and because it had to be quiet, and everybody had to keep quiet and open up their mind to it, you know.
Mhm. Yes. That makes a lot of sense. So this was usually the same day of the week around the same time.
Yes, about.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Great.
And we look forward to that. Yes.
Oh yes, I'm sure.
Uh-huh.
So what stuck out the most about them to you?
Oh, that miraculous things could happen in there. You know, like the wolf ate that girl, and then they could get out of the wolf's body again.
Yes.
You know, the old Captain,
Yes,
it
Rotkipchen.
comes back to, yeah, you know, the wolf ate it, and
Mhm.
it was reversed again. And
Yes.
how they always found the woman, the person in the woods. I mean, there was always a certain way you always got there, you know.
Yes. Yes.
Even if they were lost in the woods, they always found this house of Pfeffermüsse, fine, you know,
Mhm.
Pfeffermüsse, and this beautiful place where the witch lived, you know.
Oh yes. Yes, great. And my next question is very similar. I think you might have answered it already. What did you learn from these stories, or what did you take away?
Well, it was always kind of a wonder. I mean, in real life, you just don't hear and see anything like that. And there was some magic about it. I never thought about God being the magician. It was this kind of an open-ended question, but you always could count on it to happen. You know, the solution was always there.
Mm-hmm.
They always came up with a solution, like when the Schneewittchen, she got this piece of apple in her throat, and the prince wanted her to get off it. And then on the way to be buried, they made a stalpot, the stalpot over a stone, and the piece of apple came out of her throat, and she was perfect again. So,
yes.
There's a few I remember offhand, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. That's great.
There was always a solution there, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And my final question for you was there any sort of expectation that you were going to do, I guess, better than these children in the stories?
I personally was better.
That children were needed to live these standards, or even to do better than them.
Not really. That was always a different world that you just looked at in awe because it was so magically, everything happened like magic. The unexplained thing could happen anytime. No, I never did. I knew it was just a story. Mm-hmm. It was just pertaining to those figures there in the story. No, I never did. I couldn't speak for others, though. It was just exciting to hear that whole story from the beginning to the end. Oh, she was saved, and everybody was happy again, and that's, it was separate from my life. It's great excitement for a little bit,
Yes.
Yeah, I never had any connection with it otherwise. It was just a great time to kind of dream. No, I never dreamt like that. I just listened to it and thought it was exciting what all happened in that way of talking and doing. I mean, as a story, it was a great story. That's what I knew.
Okay. Sure. And finally, I would just like you to state your name and date of birth, if that is okay.
Could you speak a little louder?
Yes. Can you state your name and date of birth for me to record? Yes.
That's fine. Just a minute. Clean my throat. My Inge Ekstrom, you know how to spell last name. Ekstrom. Yeah, my date of birth is May 10th, 1928.
Okay. Great. Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, Inge.
I had all kind of good stories, yes. The stories were in different areas of living, and I remember most of those with a pretty girl and a prince,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Or Hansel and Gretel, that pack of children. I mean, you always feel for them, sort of, as a child. You go along with what they're going through the woods, in the woods.
Yes.
And then you finally see that beautiful house made from saffronus and from cookies and all that.
Oh, yes.
And this, who lives in there? That old witch. And I remember, you could make your exertion. I mean, you went, and you listen to it. You lived it for the moment. And I think that's what a märchen should be. Just experience the moment.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, that's how it was for me.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I got to read many of them these last few months with my teacher in my class. We took a class on this. So it was.
If you have new märchen, you're probably writing new ones. Even Grimm. I have no connection with that.
Yeah, a little bit, but Yeah, we were mostly reading reading the old ones and seeing how maybe they changed or
Yeah.
what was important about them. So I'm trying to see in particular um if they wanted the children to, I guess, to try to adhere to some uh social standards, like whether they should behave, whether they should you know obey their parents, or um
Mhm.
they should, be kind to their other children, friends. I'm not
Mhm.
certain.
Well, yeah. Yeah, to me, it was nothing at all. Like, it was just an exciting time to hear a story from another world, so to speak.
Mhm.
Another way of life somewhere. I never believed them. I knew they were all made up. I
Mhm.
mean, but it was exciting. They made them so adaptable as a child. You
Yes.
put yourself in their place for the moment, and you kind of feel with them and experience and joy and that. And they wanted always, they let us to say how, oh, we go to the, this is so schlecht, and say something like that. Just for the moment, it was a real living experience with this story. And
Yes.
that was great. I loved that part, yes.
Mhm. That's
And
great.
then later on, people sort of gave that for an example, when you in real life, and maybe parents go back and say, well, we don't want this to happen like what happened to Hansel and Gretel,
Mhm.
You don't want to go out in the woods and run around there, walk around there, things like that would
Yes.
happen, yeah.
Great.
So, an example, yeah.
Yes. Yes, I agree. It's very, yeah, do you say that you heard most of them before or after the war ended again?
Oh, it was always before. Oh, yeah. See,
Mhm.
I was in grade school during the war.
Okay.
Yes. But after the war, I was grown up. I was 17 when the war was over,
Okay.
and I always was in the business world by then. I was the
Mhm.
apprentice. I
Yes.
was totally different world. Yes.
That's great. Yes. Thanks.
But those childhood experiences stay with you, and you always look back to Bruder Grimm. They were the standard, for good
Yes.
stories. Are they still? Do they still look?
I think so, to some degree. You know that they do use um mostly the Disney versions, but
Oh,
the some people still read the Bruder Grimm um
yeah.
with its normal reading, how it was
Yeah,
meant
but
to
see,
be
I
done.
never knew. Yeah,
Mhm.
see, I mean, you said the Disney version, and I have no clue how they do their stories. I've never
Mhm.
seen them, so I cannot compare it.
Yes.
Is it closely to what Brita Grimm wrote?
A little bit, not that much, not very much at all. It's just the
Okay.
same names. The people are
Yeah.
named the same, and they might uh they might have the same scary thing happen, but the ending
Yeah.
is always
Mm-hmm.
different.
The
Mhm.
witch and the wolf. Yes.
Yes.
Things like that. Yeah. And it's so good. But I hope the children nowadays, see, even my grandchildren, they never talk about things like that. Like, I doubt if they ever hear 'em in school or anywhere, and, they don't talk
Yeah,
about it. I've never heard them mention that.
not very
Maybe they
much.
are not popular. Hmm.
Mhm. Yes. They're still popular with some people. Just it's not required in America. They read other
Okay.
stories. Mhm.
Yes, there's so much else available.
Mhm. Yes.
But to us in school, it was Märchen time, you know. It was just salsa and everything got real quiet. And the teacher got real down into the how do you say, into the feeling of it, you know.
Hmm.
Make it real relevant, you know. This is how it was, you know.
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Yes. Thank you very much, Inga.
Oh, was that all you wanted?
That
Yeah.
was it. I'm sorry. I should
Oh,
have
well,
prepared more questions.
yeah, well, I hope I did well from the heart. Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, Stephen, bless you.
Hmm.
Well, I hope your parents have a good time, or your mom and grandma, at the house, at the lake house. I think that's where they went this week.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope that they do as well. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's kind of rainy and cold here. How is it there, Stephen?
It is rainy and cold as well.
Same thing. That's Texas today.
Yes.
Today is in Texas. Listen, you have a blessed day, Stephen.
Sure. Thank
Yes,
you
and I
very
love
much. You
you.
too,
You have
Inga.
a great time there at school. Until the next time we meet then, okay?
Okay.
Yes, God bless.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.